Good morning, everyone. It's John back with another video. My morning announcements, and for the first time, my morning announcements being issued out on Facebook, and for later today, are being recorded for YouTube for the Anti-Guru channel on YouTube. I wanted to put these announcements on YouTube primarily because we put a lot of positivity into them, I think, or I hope. And because we put a lot of positivity into them, they are anti-guru. They are very much a case of this is the world of the real. And I hope you guys all appreciate that and all enjoy the morning rant that I issue every single morning. Morning, Adam. How you doing? Happy birthday to you, mate. So, the couple of things I wanted to just go through this morning. At very early this morning, 1 o'clock, YouTube published my latest anti-guru video, all on how to spot a guru. Gurus taste great with mint sauce. I thought that was quite funny. Tanya found it funny this morning. She didn't find it funny last night when I told her, but I think that's because she was very tired. However, the important thing to remember, and I think the post put on by Sue Morton early this morning, absolutely free seminars that ultimately lead to courses and stuff like that, part of a funnel, absolutely add that to that list. That does then make 10. Let's see how many points I get. Now, annoyingly, because of the unique way Facebook has changed everything about live streaming, I can't see any of the hellos, so I'll do them in comments afterwards. However, I wanted to just cover off a couple of bits and pieces, if I may. And the biggest by a country mile is a question given to me by a good friend, Canan Philippan. Now, Canan asked the question, what do the definitions in the housing delivery test actually mean? Canan is one of the enlightened few. Unlike still looking at 5-year housing land supplies and SHLA, Canan has moved on to HDT, and I'm really, really pleased he is. Now, housing delivery test is the new way to assess how effective councils are being in delivering their housing land supply. The HDT is brand new. We had the first one in 2018. We've just had the latest one produced, 2019. That includes 4 words within it in the conclusion, and it is the conclusion and the percentages you want to pay attention to. Okay? This is so anti-guru because I'm telling you exactly how to read this. The 4 conclusions are none, and that's where they're 100% or over. Action plan, where they're between 90 to 60%, something like that. Buffer and presumption. Now, let me just go through each one of those because it's really going to help your site sourcing, and that's really important. Action, none means nothing. No consequence as a result of the housing delivery test. They've met the housing delivery target, they're over target or at target, their homework's been marked, congratulations, they got 95% or better. That means there is no harm to the council as a result of the HDT for this year. So we ignore those. They're doing all right. Councils are producing housing, they're happy. The next one on the list is action plan. Now, action plans don't actually do much. All they have to do with an action plan is write a report for government that says how are they going to deal with the housing need. How are they going to do it? All right, so that's all they have to do with an action plan. Their policies are still in force at this point. Buffer authorities are authorities where the council has been told it has to automatically add a 20% addition to their next year's housing target. They are in the buffer. Now, buffer authorities are where things start to get a bit desperate for councils. This is like a C grade on an old GCSE, all right? They are basically being told must do better. And in order to must do better, they're being told they have to focus on getting more housing approved, getting more housing delivered. And in order to encourage that, they are being forced to deal with additional housing demand. It's as simple as that. The buffer means a buffer is added. Once you're in buffer, it becomes really difficult for a council because the council has to really fight for the next packet of housing. Buffer authorities tend to be more desperate. Presumption authorities is where it's all gone wrong. So for that council, a presumption authority is where the local plan is deemed out of date. Now, if you want the words in this, you'll find it in the subtext in the NPPF when it's talking about delivering housing land supply. The local plan is deemed out of date, or the housing delivery policy is deemed out of date. Now, there are a few exceptions to that. Greenbelt policies are still in force. Open space policies are still in force. Amenity policies are still in force. Basically, anything that is sustainable development. Okay. But importantly, all the housing delivery policies are out of date. That's all gone. Now, down south, New Forest is a presumption authority, presumption in favour of sustainable development. What I would be saying to you guys is focus your attention on the presumption authorities. There are 8 and that number is growing. There were 8 in 2018. That number's grown this year, and a lot of them weirdly are in Essex. Have a look at them. You want buffer or presumption authorities to have a real stab at stuff you would not normally be able to get hold of. Any questions, then please talk to your friendly neighbourhood planning consultant. Don't go to an architect on this point, because the architect will just draw you something very pretty. And by all means, utilise my 10 now checks for guru-ness in order to make sure that the advice you're getting is from a proper planning professional. All right, guys, I hope that's useful to you all. Tomorrow, I will probably be thinking about some other lovely bits and pieces in my morning announcements, and they'll be recorded for posterity to be whacked onto the YouTube so you can watch them back later. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.